Bear Grylls, welcome to the project. First off, how did this come about? Do you get a phone call from President Zelenskyy saying, come for a visit?
Well, to be honest, it's something that I never imagined I'd be doing. You know, we have done shows before with, we did one with President Obama whilst he was still sitting president. We did one with Prime Minister Modi of India. So we had discussed trying to do one with President Zelenskyy in Ukraine, but so we knew this was a possibility, but also knew if we did pull this off, it was always going to be different. It was always going to have complications. You know, you're in a war zone. Kyiv, the capital, as you know, is 1,000 kilometers inside that war zone, inside Ukraine. But, you know, when the opportunity came about, we got approached, we got asked to do it, and it felt the right thing to do. You know, he is the man of the moment, an incredible pressure cooker of a role. You know, to have an active war zone in Europe, I mean, who would have ever thought that? And here's a guy, you know, he's done Zoom interviews before. He's done the occasional sit-down one, but he's never, you know, done an interview where he's walked around outside, talked so honestly about his life. So for me, this is a real privilege to get a chance to do this.
How is he holding up as a person? Because he's obviously being described as, you know, maybe the most consequential leader of this point in time. But as a human living through this, did you get a sense of how he's doing?
Yeah, very much so. I wasn't there with strong political agendas. I was there just to find out what he was like, you know, away from the podium. What was he like growing up as a kid, his family? You know, how did he transition from being an actor to suddenly on this, you know, incredible, as you say, the man of the moment in that time? And we got to see a really beautifully honest side of him. I think a side never seen before.
I've been in Kiev even during those times of revolution, and it is a stunning city. What's your impression of it today? Is it still got that beauty, or has too much been destroyed?
It's a country at war, and you really feel it. I mean, from the minute you go across that border, you're really aware of it. Yeah, the curfews, the blackouts, the soldiers everywhere. It's under martial law. Yeah, the Russians will be targeting all the civilian infrastructure. It's in winter time in Kyiv now, so you know it's a pretty intense place. But in terms of the people, we met so many people as part of this film as well, and heard their stories and their lives. And to be honest, it was a real sense of people united, above everything, united, defiant against aggression, united behind their leader. You know, it was almost like whether they supported him or didn't support him before, now we are behind him. You know, I say to him, how are you coping? How do you do it? Do you just do day by day? And he just goes, no, it's for the future. Everything's for the future. You know, we will stay united and we will prevail. And it's super inspiring to be a part of.
You're obviously someone that runs pretty close to danger. You have yourself been a soldier before. Were there any second thoughts about going into an active war zone at this time?
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely apprehensive. You know, it's been a while since I was a soldier. It was slightly harder to find crew for this journey, you know, but most of the guys stepped up and it felt the right thing to do. And we had good security with us, and you know, and at the end of the day, we were there for a blink of an eye. We were there for just under a week. You know, these people are still going through this. They're about to face this huge wave of renewed Russian, you know, aggression. And let's just hope the world can stay united behind these guys to support them and to say you can't just bully your way in. You've got to respect international borders and international law.
I think I can see a bit of the glint in the eye there when you talk about going in and sort of getting yourself set. But is there ever a point where Bear Grylls wonders, am I just getting too old for this sort of nonsense?
To be honest, every day, really, you know, but you got to keep giving your all. You got to keep trying to push your boundaries. You got to keep a risk-taking spirit as much as you can. And you got to keep that never give up kind of going for things. So this definitely felt the right thing to do. A lot of people were saying, oh, let's wait a few months. But I think in life, you've got to seize the moments. And I hope the film inspires people and shows further light on what they're going through.
I know we're all looking forward to watching it here, but since it is the question that I'm sure everyone watching this will want me to ask, what on earth is going on with the moustache?
I love it. Forever the most pressing of questions. I don't know. I started a few months ago. I've kept it going. How long it will last, I don't know. But Yeah. I think probably thick into a midlife crisis is probably the honest answer. But I've been in that for about 20 years. So, yeah.
I cannot imagine what Bear Grylls does with a midlife crisis. Bear Grylls, it's been delightful to chat to you. Thank you so much, and we're really excited about watching this film.
Thanks, Hamish. You take care, buddy.
Like the tash?
Yeah, is he okay? Did you want to go, you're right. You want to talk off camera? Let's turn the cameras off. Let's turn them on. Let's chat, me and you. And was that the most asked question, do you think, that people will be asking after the interview?
Well, it was hard to miss.
Yeah, it's very true.
But you can watch the whole world premiere of Bear Grylls' documentary. It's called Warzone. It's tonight, 9:10 p.m. on 10 or on 10 Play. It is a genuine exclusive and well worth the watch.